Gentlemen, we've come to the end of our interrogation. We've heard your stories, alibis and connections to the victim, but one of you is lying.
I'm innocent. I've never stabbed someone in the heart before.
You'll never catch me, detective. I'm too clever for you. Also, I fucked your wife.
I swear, detective, I had nothing to do with it.
One of you is the killer. You may have hidden your guilt behind lies, but your eyes, your body language, they tell a different story. I remember when I first took this case. Hey there, welcome to USAing. Today we're diving into the topic of best final scene in pop culture. And let me tell you, there are some iconic ones out there, whether it's a plot twist that leaves you speechless or a heartwarming moment that brings tears to your eyes. A great final scene can truly make or break a movie or television show. But hey, what if I told you that just like Crazy Stupid Love, this episode, like every episode before it, has a twist? One of our guests today is a saboteur. That's right. Someone here is going to try off a Kaiser Soze whilst trying to get away with their hidden tasks and walk off into the sunset. So grab your popcorn, get comfy, and let's dissect some of the best final scenes in pop culture while also dealing with our sneaky saboteur. Can you find them before we do? As always, I'm joined here by...
Liam, the murderer.
James, the secondary murderer.
Paul, the third murderer.
And I'm your detective slash host, Dasco.
Fourth murderer.
Fourth murderer. I'm the one who's got
Inside man, the
vibe
actual
with
murderer.
really shit. But today we are talking about the best final scene in pop culture. And no, it is not the best goal. The final goal is my dyslexia fucked it up as always.
I don't even know how though. Like,
Oh no, it's just
the
I'm not
word
even
goal
close.
and scene.
so
Yeah.
And then you blamed it on our sponsor, Grammarly.
Grammarly. Yeah, well Grammarly, I'm so glad you brought up our sponsor Grammarly.
With Grammarly, you two can screw your friends over for about an hour as
No,
they try and
so-
figure out what they're doing tonight.
I double checked it and I literally copied and pasted it over into my Google. And what happened was
Yeah.
Grammarly does the whole thing where it brings up everything that's wrong.
Yep.
And all I've done is gone, this word's wrong. And I just clicked the first one and it's just
Right.
gone to goal. But anyways, so starting off the bat.
Yeah,
Liam.
you really fucking scared the shit out of me when that popped up.
Yes.
I had no idea. But scene I can do. So I'm going to choose the final scene of Blade Runner.
Oh, good. I didn't have that one.
2049?
No, the first one.
Not the Jared Leto fuck up.
Tears in the Rain, all that.
Okay.
Is he
We're going to
a
jump off that cyborg prototype clone
Yeah.
nonsense
Oh,
to...
okay.
I'm
Okay.
joking.
Fucking hell.
I've watched Blade Runner too many times. and
Blade Runner is a really
Great
good
movie.
film.
It's a
I
great
even went
film.
and saw when they did that whole thing where they added like 6 minutes of extra footage at the
yeah.
fucking
The Decker
cinema.
cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Thanks, Ridley.
I don't know what's missing.
Thank you, Whitley.
How dare you?
Daddy
Ridley's
Whitley.
great.
He's okay.
Believe
James.
it or not.
Rogue One.
Wrote.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that is
Oh,
actually
yeah,
pretty good.
true.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think we all
I never even
like,
thought of that.
At the same time, we were all like, what the fuck, were they dying?
And then you remember the bit after.
And
you're
like, oh, there's more. Right.
oh.
Yep.
Yeah, Princess Leia's hectic face.
Yeah, when she turned around, everyone was like, that's definitely Carrie.
That's pretty good. Though. That's pretty good though.
Paul.
I'm going to go with the 2018 classic Upgrade.
Oh.
Interesting. I don't remember.
So no
the
one
end.
has picked anyone's from my massive lists of movies, TV shows, and books because I wanted to include James.
James chose a Star War.
I did choose a Star Wars, yeah.
None of us thought.
You've killed me now.
You've
Fuck, I thought it was...
become what
How?
you
We
despise.
didn't pick
It's a good
anything.
one. That one.
That's a
James's
good
one
one. That is a good one.
Is like blown my dick off.
Dick's
Yours,
blown.
I'm like, shit. How can I argue with that?
Got a couple others if you want.
I'm going to pick The Truman Show.
Nah, that was one of my backups.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Yes.
Your
Um,
TS.
so we're gonna. Everyone's made their picks. We got Blade Runner from Lee. We have Rogue One
Rogue One, yep.
from
James.
James,
Jamar.
and Paul has jumped in on.
The third pick.
Upgrade.
It's
Dude,
so
I was hoping you forget.
unmemorable.
I hope you would forget because I only watched this again like 3 days ago.
Upgrade.
Oh, so you're very familiar.
I'm very familiar.
It's very
I'm
good, isn't
like,
it?
I love the
Yeah,
movie.
it's
It's
fucking
great.
I thought you were
great.
going to pick it, Liam.
No, I love it. I don't remember the end scene though.
So before we jump
You
into
should. You
the
wrote like a short film about it.
That does sound like me.
before we jump into the nitty gritty, what were some of your backups?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love a backup.
So
love a
Truman
backup.
Show obviously was one of them.
Yeah.
Back it up.
The end scene of Endgame. with the dancing
Oh,
with
yeah.
Cap.
See, the only
Really
problem
hard.
I had to eliminate all Marvel because then
Marvel's
like
hard.
I was
Thank
gonna be
God.
like I was gonna jump in and go, oh, but that's
Button
not actually
scene.
the final
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
There's
All
all
that
the
BS.
credit shit.
Oh, when they're eating shawarma.
That's epic. The final scene of Days of Future Past, where he returns to the present. I like
Yeah.
that
Oh,
one.
I love when and that look of recognition was like
Yeah.
he's like finally.
Yeah, it's a
oh,
great one.
that is actually really good.
I also had the post-credit scene of the Wolverine, where
Oh, yeah.
Magneto is back again, and
Magneto.
I know it was funny because James jokingly said it, but Blade Runner 2040.
There you go.
James, what are your
I only
backups?
had one other because I thought you might have, but I wasn't sure. But Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank's a great
Shawshank's
ending. It's a
like,
beautiful ending.
The only
It's a beautiful
problem is though, whenever someone
Yeah.
starts talking about Shawshank, I feel like I'm being transported back to English class.
Yeah,
and I've
that's
had
fair.
to watch it and read it within.
You guys had to do Shawshank?
Oh, speaking
So-
of, yeah,
I had to do it for a film study.
I had to do one of
We
them
did Blade
was
Runner.
we did Blade Runner.
I did both.
Yeah, we did Blade
So-
Runner. Yeah.
Stinky.
in year 8 for us. Year 7, they essentially gave us one that we had to do. So it was
Yep.
the Shawshank Redemption, and then in 8 we had to pick a book that was made into a film adaptation. We had to read both the book and the movie and do a
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
confident I failed that one.
Pride and Prejudice.
That's why I picked Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah,
because
that's a
I,
good
was-
pick.
I was
It's
like,
a 25-page book.
it's just the fact that
though.
like how they
Fucking
turned
got 'em.
such little like literature in the book into such an expansive
absolutely.
movie,
For
and
sure.
that's what like I think
Very
I
well
got
done.
like
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I got a D for that.
Yeah, you did.
Sounds about right.
Hey, sounds like it.
I think you gave it to me after class.
Hey.
He
Well,
did.
you go to a good Christian boy school.
He was a
Thank you,
Priest,
Father.
yep.
My backups?
Allegedly, yes,
I
your
only had
backups.
two, I had three. I had Truman Show, I had Fight Club, and I had Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Whiplash is
Whiplash.
I had to
great
read
Yeah.
when like I had to double check because in my brain the first time I watched it, I stopped at the car crash,
Okay.
and then when I rewatched it again, I'm like, oh, this makes way more sense now.
Yes.
Like, I actually watched the rest of the film.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Crazy
ending.
what can happen when you finish the movie.
But I had
lord, I
like
thought.
6 movies, 4 TV shows. I picked the Hannibal TV show for the final
Hannibal's
season of
TV show.
Hannibal.
Yep, yep.
good.
Seinfeld, the last one where they've essentially been
Ooh,
convicted.
no.
They're in jail, and then they bring up the whole button in the wrong spot scene, essentially calling back to the very first
Yeah.
joke made in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have won with that.
Yeah. No.
But no, then The Graduate was a good one. Where they're like, you haven't seen The Graduate?
no, no idea.
Where
I think
like
Greg's meowing over there and just scribbling. He's doing the
It's
meows.
about the ball.
essentially like Hoffman,
Phil.
Dustin,
Dustin.
essentially stops a wedding, steals
house.
the woman away from the wedding, and they run onto a bus and get on a bus. They're all happy, and then the director, when he filmed it, just said, "Okay, just keep going until I say cut." And then literally like film for like 8 minutes after they got on the bus, and they don't know when cut's going to come, so you can just see them going from like to like just waiting, and there's this sense of like the two of them have realized
Yeah,
that
what have we
Made a
done?
mistake.
what the fuck
Yeah.
have we done? And it's the song playing over the top of it is "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend."
shit.
Ooh,
And
that's
you're
actually
like,
really cool.
but it's like if I've told you the ending, you go and watch the film and you're like, how does it fucking end like that? Like, but
that's
no.
that's one of the things that like I've learned in recent years where on like short film stuff is like you watch everything because there's like every now and then something will pop up like in between takes when like an actor's recentering themselves or something they'll do something that's like, oh shit, hang on, this is
This is- we
is
can use
perfect.
that.
I can use this and I can change the feel completely.
Yeah.
So it's cool. That's smart. That's a smart play.
Yeah, cool.
I like
For short film people out there, watch everything.
it. Watch.
Just watch
If you're an
everything.
editor, watch the
stuff.
dailies. Watch
Have you watched
everything.
The Spider yet?
No.
No, I haven't. I want to.
That the man that you're talking to there.
I'm not
who
watching
is
something with that
it's
title.
as if
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
Parker, when he was bitten by the spider,
Oh, it turned into a spider.
turns into like a
A
psychopath.
Spider-Man.
I don't like that.
And
I'm
it's
not watching
actually no, you wouldn't watch it. It's actually like it's a horror film.
I know.
Yeah.
With spiders,
You big pussy boy.
especially with
I'm
spiders.
surprised you made it through 7.
I like Seven.
That's a
Seven's
horror
not a horror. What are you talking about?
Seven's not a horror.
It's like a
Have you
thriller
seen
at
that fat
best.
guy?
I'd say it's a thriller with horror elements. There's definitely, you know.
Nah, it's just Kevin Spacey, who
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
You see that man on screen and you freak out. No, put me down.
But
What's in the box? Oh, it's my career.
that's the question I get all the time is like, so when I'm DJing, people when I put songs on,
Hey,
and they
Deska,
go,
what's your
you
opinion on
can't play
Kevin
that. That
Spacey?"
guy has done this like Michael Jackson. If I'm putting on like. Blame It on the Boogie by Jackson 5
Yeah.
or
Good
any
song.
of his songs. They're like, you can't play that. The guy is like
right.
a kid fiddler. And I'm just like,
Oh, well, then you
Well-
can't play any Gary Glitter, and what's the point?
You can't play any Lost Prophets.
No
Can't play
Elvis.
Lost Prophets.
No Elvis.
Can't play 30 Seconds to Mars.
no Drake.
Allegedly. You can't play.
Drake,
No Drake.
allegedly. R. Kelly, allegedly.
No, R. Kelly's a convicted. We're good with that one.
So,
Oh, okay, sorry. Fuck you, R.
What
Kelly.
about
the
Diddy? We
Drake
can't do him.
thing, like, speaking of like DJ stuff, a DJ was kicked out of a club that Drake was at because
Yeah.
he started
'Cause he-
playing a Kendrick song.
fuck
and
off.
literally, he walked up, unplugged everything, and said, "Get him out of here! I don't want him here. Anyone else here
gonna
could
blow my
DJ.
brain all over the
like,
deck."
do it now."
What a douche.
How
You know-
far he's fallen from being that wheelchair guy in Degrassi.
And he's also got a massive dick.
You know what
He was in
really
Dune.
says. You know what really says I won the beef. Getting butthurt when someone plays your enemy's song and
Yeah,
kicking
yeah,
him out
yeah.
of the
Do you know- do you know what
Yeah,
the-
you won, buddy. No,
Yeah,
no.
you definitely won that fight.
Unfortunately for Drake, Kendrick's talented.
No, it's just the fact that
And not on the
Kendrick
grassy.
has more pull. So have you heard of?
No.
Have you,
Kendrick's
yes,
good.
Kendrick
yes.
is a better
Kendrick-
artist.
He's
He's
a better artist.
he's
yeah,
just better.
he doesn't have more.
Have you seen what
pull
his
than-
next diss track is going to play?
I don't know. Just
The
fart sounds.
living members of NWA, Snoop Dogg,
F's and
Ice
chat.
Cube.
yeah,
in
so
the song
Snoop
as well.
Dogg as well,
Suge
and
Knight.
then
Eminem.
no.
Easy E.
No,
Shady's back, man.
Eminem's being cancelled because of
Nah,
Houdini.
he's back.
Clown
No,
Posse.
It's so,
Back
it's
again.
so
I see.
fucking funny that he's getting cancelled.
That was such a funny thing as well. There was a great thing I saw for Eminem where he had a crack at Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Someone's
Yeah.
like, hey, like, don't do that. Who's a better artist? And
Yeah.
it was like 3% Megan Thee Stallion,
Yeah.
like 97%
Well, and then
Eminem.
it's just like, hey, if you're triggered by this, you should go and listen to all of Eminem's
yeah.
previous shit,
Yeah.
and then you'll get triggered.
I kind of hope someone
No.
says something to him so he can really be like, oh, okay.
Now the Siamese,
we're doing this
the
again.
Siamese cat line fucking
Yeah.
did me
Oh
in.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
pretty funny.
I'm going to jump off my own segue.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
So tell us about the ending scene in Blade Runner.
Blood Runner.
I think
Wait, is it the one? Which version are we talking about?
It's when he learns to walk with the blades because it's dangerous.
Yes,
Does that deserve a high five?
That
we should do a
so
parody
shit.
called Scissor Walker. Actually, that sounds a bit horny. Never
That's a
mind.
porno, bro.
Yeah, it sounds like it does sound that.
Get Mr. Garrison in.
Oh,
on
can
it.
the Scissor Sisters write songs for it?
Oh.
That was one of the Scissor Sisters. He's left.
Was it?
He's gone.
You know, it's always good when you have to explain.
Goodbye,
the joke.
Mr. Scissor.
They're not called the Scissor Sisters because they got castrated. You know that,
I
right?
don't know. Have you heard them sing?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
They just hit a falsetto very well.
So tell us about this final scene.
Yeah.
So there's a beautiful scene of Blade Runner. The music reaches a crescendo. Our boy Deckard is falling to his death. He's basically spent this entire time in the building killing replicants, going all the way to the top to face Roy Batty, the
It's a real dread vibe.
or Blade Runner because it was first. But no, you're right.
Or the raid.
Yep. Stop.
You're fucking sit in
We
the
need, we,
corner.
need, we need to install
Hang on,
like a
Gunnar.
counter
Yeah,
for how many
fucking
times
edit
he
me out.
brings up the raid.
I like the raid.
You've
Okay.
never mentioned it.
We should watch it. Have you ever seen the raid?
I've seen it with you.
Do you know Excel?
Stop talking shit.
I love the raid.
But yeah, so he
Big
gets
raid
up,
guy.
Gets up to the top, gets the roof with Roy Batty. It's basically the crescendo of the movie. Gets into a fight. Deckard is losing.
Oh no.
He begins falling off the roof and
Raid 2.
shut the
I'm so sorry.
fuck
Please
up.
be going.
You've already made that joke.
You're
You've already
really
made the
deeming
joke.
me
Just
right now.
fucking stop now. Fucking stop.
So he starts falling off the roof. It gets to a point where most movies of this era didn't really show any sort of, oh, I'm falling. It was more just like, I'm holding on. Oh, no. Bink, bink, bink. Like cartoony, my fingers are dropping
Yeah.
off.
Like in Die Hard,
Yeah.
which came afterwards.
But Deckard actually falls.
Yeah.
And Roy grabs him, pulls him up, and then just basically says, you know what? I don't want to kill you. I never wanted to kill you. I'm actually dying now because my life is finite and I could let you die, but I don't want to. And then he dies. And that's it. And it's very much like you see it on Deckard's face as well. It's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did I just make a big mistake?
Well, like the whole thing, like that was the first film. After I watched it, I proceeded to restart the film again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and rewatch it.
It definitely has a big impact. And when you watch it again, you kind of just like, yeah, these guys just want to live. That's fucked.
And,
Why
like-
was I rooting
And
against them?
for a person who has had like this whole entire following through the whole entire film,
Yeah.
and that for his last moments, he's like, I'm just gonna kill the guy that was fucking my shit up the whole
Yep.
entire time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, it's a great film.
Fantastic.
Just a
It is a great
movie.
ending.
Replicants of people too.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
I've started to wean my way back into kind of liking the second Blade Runner.
I love
I
it.
like the
You
second
didn't
one.
like the second one?
Because anytime I see Jared Leto in something, I just want to punch the
Yeah,
screen.
no, but this is the thing,
He's not
right?
in it for a lot.
This
that's
is the thing.
point.
They took Jared's character and they were like, you know what, he's not that good. So what we'll do is we'll make him blind
Yep.
so that he doesn't have to look anywhere and he doesn't really have to emote because he can't see anything. And then what they did was they were like, okay. And now his part is done and we will never see him again. Thank you. Goodbye.
It's
He
just
was
like-
quite inconsequential in that movie.
Kristen
Didn't do a
Stewart
great
should
job.
consider playing blind characters, I guess, with that analysis. Because
Or-
then she doesn't
or
have
quitting.
to emote.
Or quitting.
Quitting.
Quitting
yeah.
would be better.
Yeah. Or a sequel to Charlie's
She's
Angels.
not actually a terrible actress. She was just in
Oh,
the
have you
Twilight
seen
movies.
the-
Cite your
Spider-Man?
sources, sir.
Yeah, where's she good?
Where's she good?
Where's she good, James?
Oh, she's done some lesbian stuff.
That's who we should get the scissor runner. Make her blind because she ran with scissors.
Yep.
And she has to become Scissor Walker.
Oh, boom.
Walks with scissors. Dances with
Walks,
wolves.
I was just going to say, yeah.
No.
Walks with scissors. We can combine the two movies.
Dances with steak knives.
Oh, ooh.
Britney Spears makes a cameo.
Oh my god.
What a random
She
reference.
does need the money.
Yeah. Okay, Jamie's, what is your a peak?
It's just Darth Vader at his peak.
I know.
That motherfucker
You don't really have to say anything.
Is that the final scene?
Not peak though.
it is the final
I
scene.
don't think there was a post-credit.
It is
No, no,
him
I'm
at,
making the
at
joke
his
that, like,
peak of that show. Of the
Oh,
the
at the
movies.
peak of the movie. No, I agree with
See, I liked Obi-Wan and the Darth Vader shit.
that.
In Rogue One?
No. Like, he just said it's the peak of Darth Vader.
Nah, he's a bitch then.
Nah, peak of Darth Vader is all I see is
Oh,
dead
yeah.
men.
Yeah, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men.
It's fucking great.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
but it's just
No, peak Vader, say what you want about it, but peak Darth Vader is Kenobi when he's fighting Reva. And he's like, I'm not even pulling my lightsaber out. You're
Yeah.
not worth my lightsaber.
I do like it when like he
It's like,
rips the
no.
ship out of the sky
So
and
sick.
then just tears it open, and you're like, you can see that like how much anger's behind
He
the
just
Force.
walks in, bang, no.
Yeah, because
Yeah. No, I agree.
did you ever play Force Unleashed?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like
shit out of it.
him in that was so
He's-
much
I
fun.
lied.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's an
I wish they
asshole.
didn't make a second one.
I don't recognize any of those. I only recognize the
If
movies.
you haven't played a game like the
I
Force
don't play
Unleashed,
games.
you don't play games.
No, you play
Well,
simulators.
I guess I'll tick off Disco Elysium and throw that in the bin.
Oh, well, if you don't play games, you've never played it, so I shouldn't
Oh.
give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't played it because I wasn't sure if you
I
play games, but
spent
now I know.
money on that for you.
Oh, God, mate, come on. I spent money on Legendary Dragons book for you. And how many dragons have you thrown at your party?
You're all useless as fuck. What are you all gonna do?
Challenge me!
What? I snipe the dragon? What are you gonna do?
Okay, so explain the final scene.
Vader is an angry man.
Yes.
He is going after some bitches who stole his stuff,
Yep.
and he wants it back.
the
And
Emperor's
he is
stuff?
just ripping and tearing through a hallway.
Literally ripping and tearing.
Literally ripping and tearing
Yeah,
through a
okay.
hallway.
If
It
you-
starts basically
It's very good.
with darkness, and then the darkness is removed. Much like when God created light, Vader created
The dark
light
side.
with the
Well,
with his
actually-
lightsaber.
I remember
God
being,
didn't create light, nothing did.
Oh, here we go.
I remember being so revved up because I was already hyped for like that end, like the last third
Yeah,
of Rogue One was like,
absolutely,
yes, this is sick. And then you're like, this is so good. What
Yeah.
a great movie. And then this happens, you're like,
Yeah.
See,
I remember watching it and like the second it was done, you just look at everyone next to you like,
Did
that was
fucking
the,
It definitely
that was
felt
the
like-
coolest thing ever.
I will say it's the best example I've seen of a movie that you thought ended but kept going.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every other time you have a movie that you're like, oh, I thought it was already fucking over, it's then followed by a negative. But Rogue One did really good at
that.
Yeah, but you know, it's a Star Wars story. Come on, get on.
Have you seen the online edit of the person who goes Rogue One into New Hope? No
Yeah,
pauses,
no
and
pause
it
at
literally.
No pause.
It's brilliant.
And they've just removed all this, like essentially
The
the
pauses?
being shot,
credits.
and it just goes into her grabbing it and then running, and it just feels
God,
like
that's
it was
jarring.
perfectly run
Let's
through.
go
But
back
then all of a
40
sudden,
years.
all of a sudden, it's like, oh,
Her face looks fine now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
I can see the wires attached to this.
70 mil.
Let me send it over to Corridor. They'll fix it.
yes.
That's one.
I didn't say it.
I'm going to jump over to Paul.
Upgrade. Upgrade is a movie. I should have done. I haven't had.
From robots, upgrades, people, upgrades.
He's basically he's
With
a
Ewan McGregor
paralyzed
of
kid.
Yeah.
Star Wars fame.
Absolutely.
With who?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
From where?
He voices the blue guy.
Salmon fishing in the Yemen. Yes.
Nope.
Ewan McGregor. He is in that.
He is in that, but that's not what we're talking about. We're
No,
talking
I know.
about We're talking about Robot.
Upgrade. Upgrade is
a French film.
Are you
Logan
gonna
Marshall
reading
Green.
the- are you-
No, I forgot the guy's
Okay.
name.
I was going to
like,
say, are you reading the
no,
synopsis
he's like a
for your pick?
knockoff Charlie Hunnam.
Now we need to sit
got
down
that.
and watch the movie where Ewan McGregor hangs dong.
Seen it. It's very good.
Oh, okay.
Big dick.
Of course.
It
yeah.
hangs
He
to the
gives Drake
left.
a run.
It hangs to the left.
No, it goes
Is
straight
it
down.
Willem size though?
Unlike Anakin, he
No.
never loses his lightsaber.
No, he's fast.
Nothing's Willem size.
No one's Willem size.
No, because they had to get a
Drake is.
stunt double for him because the director was like, "Your dick is too big." Look it up. It's
That
true.
is,
have
it
said
is
that, yeah.
wild.
That's
It
so
is
funny.
wild.
Sorry, bro.
Okay.
You're going to cut off some off the top.
So basically, what was his name again? I
Penis.
just forgot his name.
His name is John
Sort
Johnson.
your fucking life out
it's-
now.
it's been
What
a
are you
long- it's been a
doing?
long day, boys. Logan Marshall Green, he's a paralyzed man. They infuse him with a secret technology, which is a little chip. The chip is an AI that basically, if the AI takes over the system, he can walk and he can live again. But the AI also has plans. And is a little bit of a dick, kind of. And basically, the end scene of
Paul,
Upgrade
I'm
is.
so sorry, buddy. We're not doing three guys. We just want the final scene, mate.
Well,
You
you
summarised the whole
motherfuckers all talked about your movie.
I didn't summarize the
I
whole
talked
fucking
about
plot.
I talked about the
he just
final
said-
scene.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You watched. Oh, he's watching these guys the whole
Hey,
film, and
I'm going to chuck in a Law and Order. Shundon. I'm the host, and I will allow it.
Cunt.
You're a fucking bitch.
Hey, I do fuck bitch.
Ugh.
That is your name,
that's a
James?
t-shirt?
Bitch.
I do fuck bitch. Yes. What?
Stop looking at the cat.
Oh, I like pussy.
Not
Leave
that
the
one.
cat alone now.
But Paul, it is
Basically,
great.
the end scene is the AI takes over the body. So usually he gives control back to Logan Marshall Green's character, and he acts it very well because he's like, oh my god, what's happening here? But then like the final scene is he just kills everybody, and then you see him stand up and he's completely lifeless. It's the AI has locked this guy's consciousness away, and he is now the body. He is now the guy. The AI has won. It's one of those movies where it ends and you're like, that's not a good ending.
No.
That's a very bad ending.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Because
And that's what I liked about it.
Doesn't it also get like essentially the ability to replicate itself by the end of the film as well?
It can replicate. It can transmit itself through anything. It's
Yeah.
basically like we've just given the keys to the devil.
Yeah.
And he's on a rampage.
Was the AI voiced by Scarlett Johansson?
No.
That's a shame.
That was
Pretty cool though.
Open AI.
Open AI.
I can't believe they approached her and she's like, no.
And then
It's
they
like-
did it anyway.
But it sounds similar to her.
It is
Like,
her. It is absolutely her.
Yeah. It's
So I feel like your explanation could have done with a little bit more context. Can you give us
Yeah,
an
we just
idea
don't
about the
have enough
entire movie,
information.
please?
What? How did he get
Twats.
paralyzed though?
Yeah, why is he paralyzed?
He fell, didn't he?
At a trip?
Yeah.
What's the name of the AI?
The AI is the following name, and the following name is what the AI is.
Are we playing a game?
A fire last night in the Bronx killed 3 people in a fire last night in the Bronx. That killed 3 people in the Bronx.
But yeah, like the upgrade, the whole scenes where he's like beating that dude up in the kitchen.
Oh
and
my
he's
god, he's
stabbing,
like, stop!
What's
you doing?
happening? Why are you doing this? Ugh.
Can
And
I
then
take
there's-
control? Oh, yeah, go.
And then there's a dude that has the gun in his arm and reloads from like the inner elbow.
was sick.
And like you see him like chuck his arm down to like reload. But yes.
STEM,
STEM.
is the AI, sorry.
STEM?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Science and Technology
Still the
major.
erotic measures.
Yep.
What was that?
Huh?
What are you whispering?
No. But no, I'll jump into mine.
You should jump
Truman
into
Show.
yours.
The one thing that I take away from the Truman Show is there would have been a great betting thing around the Truman Show. I had a thought about this the other day. Like they bet on everything, and because the Truman Show is watched every single day by every single person. What like the odds of like going, oh, how many times is Truman going to brush his teeth today?
Oh, God.
Oh, is he going to go the under over 4? Because on average
is
he does
Truman
4.
going home early from work today?
Yeah, like that, like the concept of like the whole economy
Yeah,
is
no, you're
built
right. It would
around
be.
the Truman Show.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
probably
that it's
true, yeah.
like, imagine the guy who's like, is Truman going to do anything weird today, like off script today? And he's just like, the odds are like 600 to 1 in every single day.
Dude, did you see that? He
Yeah.
just ran off camera. Did you see that?
Oh my god!
No
But
fucking way.
essentially, like Truman has like his father, like God, being like talking down to him from the moon, and essentially saying, Truman, if you stay here, you can have the life that you've always wanted. We can make it better for you. We can bring in other people, and then essentially Truman, knowing the fact that everything in front of him is known, but through the dark door behind him, the unknown really intrigues him. And just the thought of being able to get a glimpse at the woman that he fell in love with on the beach is his pure driving force the whole entire time. And then he turns and says, well, good
If I
afternoon,
don't see you.
good evening, and good night.
Yeah, it's
I'll
good.
see you when I see you.
good ending.
And then he walks through, and then you see everyone like cheering. The whole entire world stops to watch this one moment, and then you see his love essentially packing up his shit and running out the door because she knows that if
Yeah.
I go down there, I'll get to hold him.
Very cute.
Such a cool
Do
community.
you
though.
not think that he then proceeds to go absolutely fucking insane when he realizes that's been
Well,
his
the funny
life?
thing
Kind
is,
of like the guy from Jury Duty.
Sure.
Did you not hear that?
No.
You know the Jury Duty show with was it not Richard Madden? With
James Marston?
yes,
Yeah, it is.
yes.
Yeah, from
it's
Sonic.
a great
Cyclops.
TV
Yes, from
show.
Sonic.
Can never be done ever again.
No, but basically the guy they did the whole show to, he had to show up personally to his door and assure him that they were done, like production is finished. We're not doing this to you anymore.
Yeah.
You're good, because he kept freaking out, thinking like, "Hang on, like is this recorded? Like what is real?"
Yeah.
They really broke this guy.
What is the concept of this TV
He's
show?
part of it.
Oh,
he's
have you not
part of
seen it?
No,
No,
I
no,
haven't.
we're not going to ruin it then.
No,
'cause
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It is.
Oh, all right.
Just watch
you
it.
Just watch it,
It's hectic.
and the whole entire thing is a game show, like the whole entire
think
time.
I
They
think
Truman show him.
Yeah.
The best example is Thank God You're Here, except you
Right.
don't know it's Thank God You're Here.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But no, the Truman Show,
interesting.
like, if in real life, like when I
That
watched it, I
was
was just
mean.
like, every single
Liam
person.
just punched the cat.
He
just kicked the cat in the face and
He's,
Ring,
he's,
ring,
he's
ring,
over
ring.
there meowing now. Look
There's
at him.
someone on
He's
the
so
phone for
sad.
you. I think
Little
it's
meowing
Peter.
guy.
I touched the cat's tail and
Yep.
it was not able to see
Very
me, so
quickly
it
and
had a
hard.
bit of an
He kicks cats in the face and body.
You just hear a
Kicking
zipper.
dogs in the face.
Kicking
of
You're all
dogs.
Kevin Spacing me.
But no,
He's
like,
innocent.
You didn't
petting the
hold
cat
him
then?
down.
He's
though.
innocent.
Don't hold
Leave that.
down. Like,
Leave that one in.
because we had to do the essentially like the essay on the Truman Show, and then we had to do the like an oral presentation on the Truman Show in school.
Oh, okay.
Why'd you do inverted commas for oral
That's what
presentation?
confused me.
is that how the priest explained it? This is
You have to
oral
try. You have to
presentation.
try and recite the essay while going deep.
No
throat.
one else had to do it.
I've got to just work it. This is your tongue dexterity test.
So essentially, we had to. There was a blurb at the end when we did the oral presentation
there
on
was.
what was
Yeah,
our
so they- yeah,
thoughts about what Truman's life would be beyond the show.
That's good.
Suicide.
And
Is that
Yeah.
before or after you had
It's
the
so
penis
suicide.
examination?
after.
Yep,
But
still
no,
there.
and there was one kid who was just like fucking 5D Chester thing, and he's just like, oh, the moment he walks out, he's dead. He's got no antibodies for anything
Yeah.
that's outside of the dome. He's been having to take
I think that's a stretch.
vitamin D capsules because he's never really felt real sunlight in nearly a decade or two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
true.
been taking these supplements. and then
Basically,
it's-
this Fallout.
yeah. And then imagine
Kinda,
how
yeah.
many
Yeah.
stalkers
Okie dokie.
he would
Oh
have.
yeah, he'd have so many stalkers. There'd be so many weird people
Like,
around.
I
him.
watched you fuck your wife on the Truman Show XL Plus.
Your show's been on the air for 30
No, there's
years.
literally a
Yeah.
sideaway joke that she's like, oh yeah, what do you feel about having sex with Truman? And she's like, well, if it's extra on the paycheck, I don't mind. And like, then it's just like, did they have like a porn subscription for the Truman Show? Like
I
every
feel
time,
like they would have done it like a
Well, they
Big Brother,
probably
where it's like
wouldn't
you
told
don't
him
see
about it.
anything, but
Yeah.
like
yeah.
they're like,
you know,
like
Big Brother up
like,
late.
like the
His therapist would make
Japanese
so much money.
hentai
Like, he
porn where
wouldn't
they
know
blur
what
out the
porn
shit.
is unless someone tells him.
No, he would.
it
Oh,
is.
I 100% know for a fact that they advertised the shit out of Playboy in his teen years. Like, it's just like, oh, get your new issues of Playboy. Truman loves
Is there
it,
a
so
market?
will you.
Is there a market for seeing a kid jacking?
Ask Kevin.
Ask Kevin. Or
You
Diddy.
said that already.
Diddy or fucking.
Or Diddy?
Yeah.
Wait, did
Diddy
you
do
He's
that?
the guy that putting the pudding in the
Oh,
pudding.
Diddy's list of shit that
Bill
he has
Cosby.
done.
Cosby.
Like, didn't you see? Marky Mark literally came out and said that he was a victim of P Diddy in an
Oh my
interview
God.
with Kevin Hart.
I thought you just said
Yeah,
Pete.
so was the Vietnamese guy. But
Yeah.
no. The Vietnamese guy was a victim of Marky Mark. My apologies.
Maybe he
Sorry.
was lashing out.
And the Funky Bunch.
And no, I
They
don't
were
think the
there
Funky Bunch were
cheering him
involved.
on.
The Funky Bunch have committed assault on the poor Vietnamese man.
Okay, so we've heard around the table essentially everyone describing their final scene.
Allegedly.
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 How upsetting
In-game.
would that be? I've been racially beaten and left bloody to a pulp by Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Can you imagine like 30 years later his kids like getting married or whatever and then like they're at the wedding and like one of the songs is requested from the Funky Bunch and he like the dad just like goes catatonic. He's like, no. We don't do the Funky Bunch here.
So,
no
well,
Funky Bunch.
like-
Turn it off!
So it's just like all of a sudden it's just all you hear is just like, come on,
No.
feel it, and it's just like that's what he was being.
He's in the corner just like
I
in the corner just
believe
rocking.
it's a war crime to give a Vietnamese man a Vietnamese Vietnam War flashback. That's a war crime.
That's a war crime.
That's
they-
a war crime.
It's against the
What
Geneva
the
Convention.
Vietnamese call it the war?
Yeah, it
What
was a
do
war.
they
in
call
their
it?
own
What do
fu-
they call it? The revolution?
Oh,
They call it the
what would
Great
they call
War.
it? The Bad Sunday?
No, well, whenever a smaller
America's
nation
holiday?
wins like a conflict with a larger nation, they call it a revolution. They don't call it a war.
Yeah, it
No,
wasn't a
I
revolution.
feel like it's only a
though.
revolution if they win it against themselves.
Yeah,
They were fighting against
They were,
themselves.
yes.
They called it the Tunnel Arc.
I saw a clip. I'm not a clip. It was like a funny little video, and it was like they were doing a tour
a
in
funny
Vietnam.
video about the Vietnam
Sorry,
War.
it was a picture. They were doing a funny tour through Vietnam, and the host, like the tour guide, pops out of a tunnel, and he's just
I
like.
sent that to you.
Oh, there it is. And he scanned everybody. And then apparently, like, the veteran dad was just, like, so upset and yelling at this guy for, like, 10 minutes.
Bitch, someone did that to me multiple times.
Jesus.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of something.
Oh, good.
Cool.
So I'm going to put this as a stamp right now because the date today is the 6th of June.
He was waiting for someone to say the Tunnel Arc.
On the tunnel arc, literally. On the 9th of June, there is a direct of Call of Duty 6, like the new Call of Duty.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
And during their promotional art, they're saying that we're doing this to essentially alter the future, all this other kinds of shit.
Again.
And in the line, you can see the date of 9/11 in their promotional art.
You're kidding.
And no, I'm not joking.
We called it.
No fucking
I-
way.
Literally,
We knew it, boys. We're not heartless. We were just foreshadowing.
all over the place. Is Call of Duty about to drop a 9/11 mission? And it's literally all through their promotional art. They've been showing all of this stuff because
Isn't
it
that
takes.
just the final mission in COD 4?
No, so what they're going to do,
No.
it's going to be first
Air
person
Force
view.
One, you idiot.
You know, like those COD missions where it's first person view, it looks like a cutscene, then all of a sudden there's like, press this button on the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
It'll be like that, but it'll be a
You'll be a
joystick.
passenger.
No, you'll be at the front. It'll be a joystick like push hard left.
Yeah,
press
probably.
press F to collide.
Because
Press F to collide.
because the thing is though is that
Reload.
it's the Call of Duty 6 is taking place in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what war it's
Yeah.
focusing on in the 90s.
The drug war.
No, there was,
Would it be
there
the
was
Gulf War?
Gulf War, yeah.
Gulf War, yeah.
Gulf War Desert
I
Storm.
Operation
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if
Desert
it was,
Storm,
yeah.
yeah.
And they're essentially showing the afterlying effects from that war. And the thing is though, 9/11.
Oh, when the CIA
Yeah.
implanted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And so everyone's
Bin
just
Laden.
like,
Laden,
they
yeah.
could either do this in a very tasteful way,
They won't.
Nope.
or
No.
they'll do it in a
no
conspiracy kind
rush
of
in it.
way.
Yep.
No rush, and that's the thing because then everyone's just like, if they take it down the route of the generation that is alive now that lived through it, and now coming to a generation that
Don't do it.
have heard about it but don't understand what it was like to live through it, and they're like, the
So-
kids are now making jokes about it.
I would say
It's going to start off with half an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then you don't get to see the
I was
ending.
gonna say, like, I was gonna say we experienced it, but we didn't really experience
We
it.
were angry that we
our
didn't get to watch
experience was just
DBZ.
we were slightly
was-
perturbed that we didn't get to see a second half
Fuck
of
my
it.
day up.
There we go. It slightly fucked up Liam's day.
Let's go to school.
Well, I think
For the
that
Steve
one.
Buscemi's of the world, they had to go to work.
But then the funny
Yeah.
thing is
Heroic
that
firefighter
like
Steve
it's
Buscemi.
created this massive divide in the Call of Duty fandom because essentially some of them are like, how can we
Didn't know they had
make
that.
games and movies and stuff like that about other conflicts where thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people have died, like the First, Second World War, or the wars in like Israel and Palestine, all that kind of shit. And you're not allowed to touch on this one moment in American history, and they're just
Americans are very touchy. I don't know if you're aware of this. Bring up
they're very touchy about it,
1776
considering the
now.
fact that there is more 9/11
yes.
angles have come up in the last 6 months on my feed.
Yeah, there's been shit ton.
So many like new angles. Like all of a sudden, there's a guy and he's just like, "Oh hey, I just woke up and I thought I'd capture this." As he's got like one of those old camcorders,
great. I've
and
seen
he
that one.
turns and he's just looking at the fucking towers
As
of
it goes
burning.
in.
Jesus.
And then the plane hits it and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
It's kind of like when there was that massive explosion in Beirut, and like every couple of like, "There's a new angle. There's a new security
yeah.
feed." And you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So
yeah.
what- have you seen the one on the boat out in the
Oh
ocean?
my god, that's
have you
horrifying.
seen?
Have you seen the service station?
Oh,
That one's
oh, the
wild.
wedding.
The wedding's
Oh
bad.
shit! What's your favorite angle?
Is that the prompt? The prompt in a few weeks is what's the best angle of the Beirut explosion?
I'll be honest, I wasn't fishing for it. Regarding Call of Duty. Sorry. I did Marge Simpson there for a second.
Sorry, what was that,
Regarding Call of
Churchill?
Duty,
Oh, homie.
pun intended.
Yeah,
Who's flying the ship?
Activision?
I think it's Treyarch.
Treyarch? Okay.
Oh, okay, they're a tasteful bunch.
But the main reason why is because this is the first Microsoft-owned.
No, as long as it's not fucking Sledgehammer.
Wait, is it
Activision.
going to be on Game Pass?
It's going to be on Game
Yes!
Pass.
It's already,
I hate paying for
they're
COD.
already
They're all
advertising it.
on. Oh yeah, baby.
It's got
I've
pre-installed.
been itching a little bit, but I don't want to pay for it.
Oh, it might be back to COD.
I just
Like
want
when
to.
COD
We can play zombies, Paul.
Yeah.
I'll play zombies.
I'm not playing
I love zombies. I used to stay up until like 6 a.m. playing that shit.
Nothing.
Fuck off! I was great at CODs.
At zombies.
CODs, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Big up the CODs.
No.
Pick
Nah,
up the
like,
COD.
What are you
I
doing
can
online,
help.
man?
Huh?
What are you doing when you play online?
God, multiplayer, brother.
Accomplishing what,
Prove
bro?
yourself.
I just hope like.
Why do you play multiplayer?
I do.
Play
tell
the
you what.
campaign.
Let's
history.
play it when it comes out. I'm going to be playing through the story like fucking non-stop.
Yeah,
I want to find all the
I'll be
9/11
missing you.
references.
Look,
Try the
Unironically,
deathmatch.
I will play the story if there's an 9/11 mission.
I think
If not,
Oh my god.
because
I don't know if I could be
someone-
fucked playing another Black Ops story.
Well, the main
because-
thing
It's
is,
gotten to the point now where
some
it's
guy put
Will
up
I have
a,
to play 2 through 5 to understand the story of
No.
6?
No, just
Oh,
be
good.
born in the 90s.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're
No,
good
what
boys.
one guy said, he's just like imagine if the thing cuts through and the main character of the game gets knocked out and you get thrown into the perspective of a civilian trying to drag people away from the catastrophe that's happening. And then all of a sudden you're jumping between like police officers and
Buscemi's
firemen
there.
and all that kind of shit.
I don't like
Kevin
that
Conroy's there.
Microsoft is standing with this. It's just not great.
We at Microsoft stand with 9/11.
That's what they're saying.
I
They're
stand with- is it-
sensationalizing 9/11.
Which was
Oh,
the
Robert Pattinson's already done that.
what was the late night
was that movie he
guy
was in?
that was like
Stephen
Which
Colbert.
What's the late night guy?
The one of the late night hosts
Conan.
was standing with all
Kimmel.
of the survivors.
Oh, was it? It wasn't Stewart,
No.
was it?
It might have been Stewart.
Probably
Yeah.
Stewart.
And he
yeah,
was
he was
like-
campaigning for
Yeah,
the
campaigning
Slightly
against Congress and all that
political.
kind of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Austin
Okay.
Dunst.
So,
Kirsten Dunst, shut the
What's your
fuck up.
name?
how are you today? So your one
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
is essentially
I'm done.
just the beginning of a different film.
Okay.
Yours is in a final scene.
I mean, true.
Yours is just gone. Yours is just gone an extended edition of the first scene of another
No,
film.
no, no. No, not really.
It's
It-
like the
it
Lord of the
is-
Rings director's cut of the Twin Towers.
Okay,
the Two
just-
Towers.
I like the Dave Filoni part
Just
of Rogue
because
One.
you saw a guy that had access to Windows Movie Maker and the ability to shove 2 films together doesn't mean that, one film is like the start of it. It's, it
miss
is
Movie Maker.
completely separate.
Can you
Okay,
confirm or deny?
Without Rogue One, we wouldn't have had it.
Without Rogue One, there would just be a
Without
single.
Rogue One, we wouldn't have had Rogue One.
No, without Rogue One, we wouldn't have had that scene. Like, it wasn't going to be made otherwise.
A fan
Nothing's
would have
gonna,
made
like,
it better
make
anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
A
some of
fan
the-
would have made it
Fair-
better.
It's just
I'm
be Tales
sorry.
of the Empire.
Yeah.
Haven't
It'd
seen
be
that yet.
3D
It's not
animated,
good.
like that kind of shit.
I mean, no, that's okay.
Tell you what, Halo Reach would have been a good contender.
The final scene of
yeah.
Halo
Yeah,
Reach.
that's
I was like, the
amazing.
only problem
Oh,
was
maybe they'll do it in a TV show.
You shut your mouth, dude.
That's
the
already- they're
Fall
already
of
done
Reach
Reach.
was like
Reach is already
half
done.
an episode.
it wasn't
Yeah.
half. It was like four,
No.
It
3.5
wasn't really important.
episodes.
It's just a fucking
it was
planet.
inconsequential. Reach doesn't really matter in the
was.
overall story of Halo.
Paul,
To be a
like
little
it's
bitch me
about
out.
it's
He's so
about
angry.
it's 2 focus
Master
episodes.
Chief was there.
He was there.
He
Master
fought.
Chief
Well,
didn't do anything.
technically, Master Chief was there.
He was in
Reach.
cryo aboard
I know,
the
but
Pillar of
but
Order.
No, he
but
was
he's-
fighting.
he's
In the
still
books,
there.
he wasn't even
in
on the
canon,
planet.
I
he
know
did
wasn't.
nothing. In
Because
canon,
the
he
game,
did
out
nothing.
testing the Pillar of Order.
the game ditches the canon. The books are set in canon, but
Well-
the thing is, our interpretations
Chief
are
was there.
different. But can you say that Easter egg should not be in that game?
If you go by the books, no. Technically, the chief shouldn't be there.
Does
Also,
it
the
improve?
pillar shouldn't even be on the ground.
Yeah, I know.
They're a
So it's,
testament.
it's
It, can't-
bullshit. It's
it,
all
do- it
bullshit
doesn't
anyway.
have adequate shielding to enter atmosphere.
Correct.
Correct.
Or adequate thrust.
Yes.
What's the guy's name?
Keys.
The main guy of Reach.
Master Chief.
John,
Reach.
Master
Main
Chief.
Reach guy.
Noble 6.
That's guy. Yeah, in the TV show, John Halo comes in, and he's like, "Hey,
Do they do Noble Squad in?
oh,
Yes.
kinda. They're just people in silver armor."
Incorrect?
So, wouldn't you really say
do-
that?
I haven't seen
So Paul, I'll give you a quick rundown.
Yeah.
So essentially, the whole entire second season of Halo is just Oni trying to gaslight Master Chief.
Cool.
The whole entire time, Master Chief is jumping to these different planets that are being glassed,
Sick.
and then all of a sudden there are these sanguine, like high elites that are just using it as
They're on a night out in
using it as its
Newcastle.
training, and the
They're
arbiter's in
beating
it.
Kent.
The arbiter's in it, and he's essentially training these
Keith David?
elites.
No.
The Rock.
No, the only reason why
Kevin Hart.
but essentially they're training to invade on Reach, and the whole scene of them trying to defend Reach, Oni takes all their armor. They've got no power armor. They've got no support.
John Halo doesn't wear armor anymore anyway.
So he has to fight.
He's got spandex.
And then one of the Spartans dies during it, and it's very emotional because they've all taken out their emotion.
Noble 7.
Retarding chips they've got in it.
Their AI, their
and
stems.
The whole entire time, Master Chief is trying to figure out why he doesn't have a link to Cortana, and it turns out at the end of the first season, when he was essentially took
You
so much
inside
damage he
my
passed
head
out.
Cortana's
Cortana's been ripped out by Oni and has been stolen by the
Fucking
elites,
Oni?
and they're trying to take it back to the
actually not an AI.
She's just
Yeah,
a
it's a
girl.
little Wi-Fi chip that he plugs in. She's just a girl.
She's
in the
just
chat.
a girl.
It is, they're ruining it with you. Like, if you watch it, like,
she's just a girl.
Just some
like,
chick.
for experiencing
Okay.
a different part of different, like, parts of the Halo universe, it's great. As a story-wise, it's shit.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
it's really good.
Wouldn't
No.
you say though that because this is the most recent Halo property that it is now
Incorrect.
the current canon?
Incorrect.
Right.
Most
What-
recent
what's
Halo
more recent
property. Let me think. The most recent season of Halo Infinite. Stick
Oh,
that
Oh,
out.
are we counting C's?
Seasons. What,
We have to.
what the new
We
gun is?
really
The new
have to.
canon, is it?
Destiny.
I was about to say, you guys are really Destiny players, aren't you?
I've been watching the trailers for that. Actually, it's pretty fucking tight.
So basically, what
It's
I'm saying
fucking
is,
emotes and costumes. Get over
You
it.
getting it?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're idiots.
it's out already. It's out. Get
My
it.
friend,
It's
what
leaked.
they're doing
You should
is
get it.
they're
You guys are giving
starting,
Sony money.
starting brand new.
Fucking love Sony.
They're starting brand new characters and then playing all
Brand
the way
new?
through Destiny 1, all the way through Destiny 2.
Can't do that
And
anymore.
Can't do that.
I know. but they're essentially playing all the way
You
from
can-
the start to the finish.
You can buy the expansions. You
Yeah, you
can't
can.
fucking play them though.
No, you can't.
It's gone, baby.
Okay, so
Hi, hey Don.
has
Sorry.
anyone got any problems with his final scene?
Well, of course you fucking don't.
It's fine.
Okay.
No, it's a good scene. It's a very good final scene.
It's
I do like it.
poetic.
It's poetic, but the only
Especially for
problem
the
I have
time. Like,
with
and you're
Oh yeah,
right.
100%.
like Blade Runner as a whole is that depending on what version you watch, the ending means something completely different. Like
Yeah.
if you watch the one where you see the guy folding up the origami unicorn
Yeah.
and placing it down,
Yeah.
and then Deckard's dream makes more sense when you see it later on and you see the horse there, and it's like, who the fuck? What has the horse got to do with it in the original?
Yeah.
And then when you
Oh
watch it,
yeah.
through,
Well, yeah.
and then
That's just
essentially like
every
Deckard
fucking
is
Ridley
a
Scott movie though.
yeah, Ridley Scott's. a bit
How
of a-
dare you?
Oh,
Tell me,
Did Alien.
you tell me that this man is good at making a theatrical cut.
The Martian.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
he
haven't
was
seen it.
involved.
Martian is a
Really?
great
No, I haven't
fucking
seen it.
film.
Brother. Okay.
Great film.
Brother, ooh.
We're going to double feature. We're going to do Dune, then the Martian. No, we're going to do Martian, then the Dune.
Martian then the Dune.
We're going to do Martian, then the Dune, then the Dune 2.
I
then
would,
Raid
would
2.
separate Dune to another day because, like, after watching the
It's different.
It is.
yeah.
It's
a lot of sand.
It's different sound.
no, because like it's based on Mars, the Martian, obviously. But are we talking about OG Dune or new Dune?
New Dune.
Why the
We're not
fuck
watching-
would
we're
we
not
watch
watching
OG?
Dune, dude.
We're not watching with Twin Peaks.
We should sit down,
Nice Fallout.
get a K-hole going and watch a
We're
fucking
not
OG
doing.
Dune.
We're
gonna
not
K-hole
K-holing
and
and
watching
watching
Dune.
Dune.
Have you
I
been
have
in the
seen.
K-hole?
I have
I've never
seen
been in the
old
K-hole.
Dune. I have seen the original Dune.
It is
That is
terrifying.
why I
It is
have not
terrifying.
seen the current
New
Dune.
Dune, good Dune.
I want to watch it.
But
You should read the book.
Oh,
no,
can't
no.
You can't read?
I
What
can't read.
happened?
It's like when you're trying
It's
to.
an easy excuse to not
It's
want
when
to
you're
read.
trying to read fucking Game of Thrones and you have to try and learn a lexicon of a completely forgotten race.
Yeah.
Like he's like using references. Oh, she had big tits, but it's not. She has big tits. Her bosom, her bosom,
Bosom.
her
Bosom.
bosom, her bosom. No, he never says bosom. He says
It's a
bosom.
book.
He never says.
He never says
anything.
He never says bosom.
The guy who writes it, J.R.
Frank Herbert.
George Romero.
In the
when
fucking.
you purchase the book, does he go, hey, by the way,
In the.
I don't actually say bosom.
Well,
I
he's
say
the one.
bosom.
If you read
Say
it,
bosom.
you're reading the book. I don't do the voices of the fucking characters. I try to intimidate the voice of the writer, and he's just doing a narration of the whole
Well, that
entire
makes
fucking
sense
thing.
because you don't have like the internalized
Yeah, that's fair.
imagination.
What do you? True.
Maybe
What do you,
that.
what do you mean? What do you
He was
mean?
about to get offended and then he remembered.
I remembered. I didn't see pictures.
I can't remember what fucking. You've triggered a memory. I can't remember what book it was, but it might have been Harry Potter. But there was some word in it that I.
Hermione.
Maybe actually.
Hermione.
It was one of those words that I was
Epitome.
like, that is how it is said. And then I watched the movie and I was like, oh no.
I was way off.
It's just like when you see it's like the one I had trouble with was
Worcestershire.
the Vorpal Blade.
Yeah, okay.
Vorpal blades, yeah.
From
D&D? Star Wars.
Alice in Wonderland. In the book, there's the Vorpal
Yeah,
Blade.
She has a
which
Vorpal blade?
Yeah,
she
which has
does.
to use to
Whoa,
kill
badass.
the rum dingo, whatever the fuck.
No, it's
The Jabberwocky.
Yeah,
Jabberwocky.
Mandingo.
The dude sitting on the edge of his bed with a dick hanging out.
That's a big ass dick.
G'day, Alice.
No, Drake would love to have that dick.
Right.
It's just like how I don't.
Jabberwocky.
So, a mountain that is
Choose,
erupting.
hero.
What do you call a mountain that is erupting?
Volcano.
Oh, you mean a volcano?
Okay.
So, for a long time,
Oh, you're kidding.
one of my friends saw it as canoe, and so volcano.
Oh, right.
So, volcano.
Volcano.
You're not going to be able to answer it.
It's
So
like
you're
the
gonna say,
same
"Oh,
word."
Look at it. It's a volcano.
It's incorrect. Try again.
It's like those ones, but it's just like why is baked pronounced baked and naked is
Naked
pronounced
is
naked. And it's just like
Well,
naked.
if you really break anything up, you can say anything
Well,
wrong. You can say
English
mountain
is-
as mutane.
Yeah. Well, isn't English
Nothing like a
like
bit of mutane.
It's like
English
three
is
cats in a trench coat.
Yeah,
pretending
pretending.
they're a professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like Latin but got fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the Germans.
Again.
No.
They're always the bad guys.
Always bad guys.
Have you even asked the question?
Actually, that was actually going to be one of my backups was Rise, but I thought it'd be a bit.
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
No, the Hitler movie Rise.
Right.
It follows the
Never
essentially
heard
the
of it.
last month.
You mean where that clip is taken from that keeps getting
Yeah.
yeah, right.
So
okay.
it's a
nine,
world
nine,
movie.
999. You know
Ah,
that clip.
So
Yeah.
it's essentially
Yeah.
following the last years of
You should have
Hitler's
done
life.
that. You should have done that.
No,
movie.
because
you
then
should
every
have
2
fucking done
seconds
that
it would have
movie.
just been like flaggity, flaggity, flag, 9, flag, 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 9,
Why
flag.
didn't you fucking take the opportunity to make Hitler jokes for an hour and a half?
Uh,
You
I think we
love-
should always make
You love
jokes.
your fucking
It would've
Hitler
been an
jokes,
hour.
mate.
when
love
have I
your
made a
Hitler jokes.
When was the last time
There's
I made a Hitler
always
joke?
look.
Why
we
are you
should
such a
always joke
pussy?
about Hitler because the only people who don't like Hitler jokes are Nazis.
Why'd you?
I
Why did
don't
you
think
back
that's
yourself?
true.
Do you not have that dog in you?
I can think of another group.
Well, jokes at
Kanye
Hitler's
West.
expense.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. That's
You-
bad.
don't you have that
word
dog in you,
make
mate?
me.
I have a
I can see
multitude
why you
of
don't
dogs in me.
Why are you shying away from it?
I'm like that dog with
Why
the
are you
3
shying
heads
away
in
from it?
Harry
It's
Potter.
just
I've got many
Cerberus.
dogs in me. One of them's a priest.
Cerberus?
Subaru.
Cerebus.
Subaru the dog.
Subaru.
The gatekeeper of hell.
Yeah, you can pronounce
Subaru.
any word incorrectly if you try
Suzuki.
hard enough.
Well, there's not. Pronounce it incorrectly.
Eat.
Ut. Where's the U?
Right.
It is putting emphasis on the it.
It.
Right.
It.
Yeah, it.
True. You got me there.
You can pronounce it information technology.
Okay.
Itty.
So why is your scene the best one, Lane?
I just think
I feel like it pays to be sitting on Dasco's right.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't fucking talked to me once.
Because I
You
want to.
didn't give us the context of your fucking movie.
Yeah, can we start from the
Yeah.
beginning? You can go all the way through.
Why could he not walk?
This is the format we're going to do from
Why
now
could he not
on.
walk?
You explain the entire fucking movie, and I'll keep interrupting you
I'm
until
on
you get
his
angry.
side. I'm on his side. What is his backstory? Why can he not walk?
What's his motivations?
What's his
He
motivation?
gets
Can't
hit
walk.
in a car explosion. He becomes a cop. He wakes up
Does he?
No,
and
no,
he
no,
tries
no,
to
we're
take
talking to
down.
him.
He tries to
That's
take
my
down
proxy.
the organization
Yeah.
that essentially
That's 'cause
put
the
him in
AI.
that car accident.
Yeah.
No, no,
and
no,
then
no.
he gets to the. Turns out that there's actually an organization that's running all this shit and wanted to bury the truth.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
because the
that's
fact
like
that
every fucking
Upgrade
movie.
and
Boeing.
RoboCop are actually very, very similar.
All
love
movies are
RoboCop.
But
about
Upgrade
Which
is
one?
better.
What?
Upgrade's better.
One.
Which RoboCop?
One.
Okay.
Is that the dick one?
the R-rated one?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I watched that when I was
Where-
7.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
have.
No, I shouldn't have.
I watched RoboCop 3 when I was about that age.
RoboCop?
Yeah.
And I watched just the end scene because my dad kept
Is that-
saying, no, don't look at this.
Wait,
Go away. Don't watch this.
Is number 3 where he gets like the mech suit?
I don't know.
I can't believe your
Like
dad
he
showed
gets, like,
you
the
that
full
without showing
right,
you one or two
upgrade.
first.
No, he kept telling me to fuck off. Because he was like, you can't watch this. Fuck off. But I very clearly wanted to watch it. It's the one with the bad guy who has the like TV screens and
Yeah.
one's like super zoomed in eyes and teeth. And
Yeah.
I just saw that and I was like,
That was number 3. It was
that
the,
fucked me. That fucked me
essentially
up.
the number 3 is where they upload the consciousness of the bad guy from 1
Yep.
into
Yeah, that's
the
what it
mech
was.
suit.
Yep.
And then he gets like a Optimus Prime ute
Yep.
that pulls up and he has like
Yep.
an upgrade
Optimus
unit.
Prime.
I'll be
Oh,
honest,
God.
rewatching it after having that like, oh, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. It is really fun.
So my
It's so
one that
dated.
my family's kicked me out of the room for, and it's 100% justified when I watched it later on in life, was Event Horizon. They were watching that.
yeah, that's fine.
They were
That's
watching
fine.
that in the essentially
a
the lounge
fucking
room
bad one.
when we were over
Yeah.
for a family dinner, and then it was on Channel 9. It
Yeah.
was just
Nine.
late at night.
Yeah, fuck.
And then all of a sudden I was just like, I want
That's
to
a
watch
watershed.
this. And then
Yeah.
my uncle had already seen it, and he's like, okay, you can watch till now you have to go.
Now please go.
And you have to leave now. And I'm like, why? I just want to watch. Then it just cuts to like.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey kids, let's watch Hellraiser.
See, I didn't mind Hellraiser. I didn't find it that scary. Just don't fucking
not
open the
7.
box.
You're not 7.
I was 7.
When you watch Hellraiser.
You
I
watched
watched.
Hellraiser when
I
you
had
were
an
7.
uncle who was hell into the one that really weirded me out was The Rock. The
With Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. When
What's
I was a
scary
kid.
about
Not the wrestler.
that?
Gotcha.
No. When I
Where he
was
breaks out of the gulag.
yeah.
Great movie to be fair.
Like
Ah,
Alcatraz.
same thing.
I've been
Same
there.
shit, different smell. And
It's
then,
the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sick.
But no, like I watched, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I'd watched like The Punisher, all these movies,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Pretty good.
why is he trying to break out of Alcatraz? He's like, oh, because I was like,
Alcatraz
What's his
sucks.
back-
shouldn't he just serve his time? He's like, well, he shouldn't be. He should be staying in there.
I was his.
So-
Life lessons with Uncle.
So both of you have been fucked up by people that should have been in guardianship positions. How are you going to fuck
No,
up your own children?
no.
So your dad
You've
fucked
done
you
the
up.
same, Paris. Calm down.
Paris?
Yeah, when you walked in on your
Hilton?
parents getting Eiffel Towered by the milkman.
Okay, that's not where I was going.
Oh shit! Wrong story.
I was going.
Patreon.
Hey, did you enjoy your trip to France with the family?
I physically, when I left, I got in the car and it was Blink 182. You know the song that goes, "I haven't been home in a while. I'm sure that my parents will stay the same." All that kind of shit. And I was just like, I nearly cried. I was like, imagine if my parents didn't take me on a European vacation.
Imagine.
I would be
Imagine
so
what that would be
upset.
like.
Well, thankfully,
That's
there's
fine.
2 great movies by Christopher Columbus
Yeah.
about that exact thing.
Harry
I'm
Potter
alone.
3?
Yes, Prisoner of
Okay.
Alcatraz. The Rock.
Because actually, that's the one that he didn't do.
I know.
He did 1 and 2, and then some of the other ones. Then he got
By the way,
Yeah.
Prisoner of
Azkaban.
Azkaban.
Yeah.
Almost said
Not
Afghanistan
Alcatraz.
for some.
That's a different movie.
Prisoner Abu Ghraib.
So
That's
I've
a
been,
lot of
That's
people.
called Buried.
That's
I've
called
been-
being a woman.
recently going back and I've been rereading them. And
yeah.
so
What words do you
when-
mispronouncing that?
Azkaban.
Hogue.
well, no, it's
waxes.
because when a movie gets made, when a book gets made into a movie, I've actually got the concept of what they should sound like and the visual of what they are, so then I can
Yeah,
actually,
that's that.
I can actually make it through the book. Like, there's only a few books that I can make it through where I'm like kind of like not going. wait, what the fuck am I looking at? Like the
Yeah.
theater of the mind is a bit hard for someone who is acoustic. I'm playing at a tavern that only does karaoke.
Is there a way that you can get through without bringing up the acoustic?
What about my wife?
Can she
I
get
don't
through the
have that
acoustic?
many,
His
I
wife.
don't
There
have
we
that many
go.
conversations
Sorry.
with your wife about your acousticness.
I forgot his prompt.
I'm sorry. So yes, yours is very poetic.
Yeah, so my...
Yeah.
Joking. Move
No,
on.
yeah, keep going.
No.
Talk more about Blade Runner.
The
Oh, yeah,
reason
cool.
why I don't want to
I
get to
love
you,
Roy
Stick a
Batty.
lot.
His actor died. Make me very upset.
Yeah.
Paul,
yeah,
I'm projecting onto you because the moment you said upgrade,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that is a great final scene. of the
Eh,
film.
I
completely-
don't
I
think
completely-
so.
To be
watched
fair
it.
though, at some point I can explain why.
Like when he did the
Maybe.
fucking limitless drug, that fucking
Yeah.
washed
Yeah,
me.
that
And then
screwed me.
when he said David Attenborough, and I was like, fuck, we've all lost now.
Bruh.
Okay, so Paul, why is yours the best scene?
My
So,
movie is
Rogue One.
fantastic.
Just
I'm
mute
gonna.
him. Just
Yeah,
mute
I
him.
could mute him. I have so much
You got
power.
fucking
Why
control.
would you
cunt.
mute me? That's not.
I am God. No, Upgrade's fantastic because for a brief moment you think. So what happens is he goes to shoot himself in the neck into the implant to basically is like, I'm taking control away from everybody here. I'm dangerous. I'm going to kill myself. Stop this whole thing. Then he sees his wife, his dead wife again, and you think, what is actually happening here? And then there's the reveal that STEM has just taken control. And this guy's lost. He's locked himself in this tiny little world where he thinks he's back with his wife. He thinks he's safe and happy, but it is an illusion. Yeah. And STEM has taken control. He kills everybody, and then it's the reveal, I think, of just him being deadpan, like, oh, I have a vessel now. Let's begin. And you're like, it just leaves you with a sense of dread of what has this unleashed upon the world?
I would love to watch a second one, which would be called Downgrade.
What happened?
Well, they're not going to do it. You know.
It's just Venom, but not shit.
No, well, essentially, imagine
Of us, two of us
Like,
have other
yeah.
movies.
Not respectfully, it was a
the
bad movie.
AI pretends that it's been a success, pretends to be the guy, then it goes on to essentially be
Yeah.
injected into hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have
Pacemakers.
pacemaker. Oh, yeah, probably. But essentially, people who are paraplegic or essentially have that kind of shit.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty dire. If you like a good movie where you're like, oh, I don't feel good. Which I think is it's more entertaining
also
than
the
bad
visuals
guy
on
wins
it.
or good guy wins.
The
endings.
visuals of the movie
Visuals
are
are sick.
great.
The way it was shot was
It was very much
phenomenal.
like The Raid.
so much like
What
the
was it?
Raid.
It had a
Over
pretty,
the top.
Already
pretty
said that.
reasonable budget as well. It was
was
on
like
the low
$25.
scale.
$25.
Yeah.
It was cheap for a movie.
They spent most of the money on the wheelchair, and then he didn't need it.
I think they spent most of the money on the big rich guy's fucking house
Yeah.
and the cars that were in it.
And the
That's when one
VFX
of them-
for Shotgun
they-
Hand
Yeah.
guy, pretty sick though.
Yeah.
Very hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Which one came first?
Fuck, I have to watch that again.
That's a good movie. Huh?
Which one
Hardcore
came
Henry.
first?
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore
came
Henry.
first.
Hardcore Henry.
First, yeah.
So your movies is a
Sorry, you just said
derivative.
which came first and then nothing else.
Well, then technically
What came
Hardcore, before Hardcore Henry
Blade Runner.
was
The
Doom.
Raid.
Doom?
Blade Runner.
Doom, the movie.
Oh, Doom the movie. Okay.
Doom, the movie. That one came first
Doom?
with the first person
Yeah.
shit.
What do you mean? Is that
So
the first-
he was
With
saying
Miranda
that
Frost?
because the first person
And
shit
The
that's in
Rock.
Upgrade,
Yeah.
and he said Hardcore Henry for the
Yeah.
first person shit, but then technically Doom with the Rock and all
technically
that shit.
Gerard Butler Gamer.
Technically, Doom.
No, it didn't. No,
In the 90s.
Doom came out before.
Are you saying Dune or Doom?
Doom?
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. That one came out
With
before.
The Rock?
Yeah,
Technically, any
The Rock
movie.
was small in Doom.
yeah.
That can't be the first use of.
I'm pretty
first
sure it
person.
was.
It was
keep
before
talking.
Game of
Techni-
I'm just
technically,
curious
any
now.
movie
Keep
from
going.
someone's perspective.
was
That's
before
just
Game of
that's just my that's
Okay.
my. I think
No,
it's
really.
like 2009, 2010.
Okay.
when Doom came out.
I was still in school.
They're doing some really
Yeah.
cool stuff
So
in the
yeah,
next Bad
yeah,
Boys
2009.
with
I did
first
say that,
person.
yeah.
I'm looking so forward to that.
So James, what
Yeah.
was the reason why yours is the best?
Well, so it's Vader
Oh, right.
film.
I forgot what he did.
Film related at the peak of his Vaderness. He's an angry man.
Yeah.
He's showing that he's an angry man, and he's just killing dudes, killing these little just rebels as they run away, get stuck behind doors, and then he's just
It is pretty sick.
going through and just punch and just
wanna
rip
watch it.
and tear. It's
Like Doom.
like it's the first time probably
song.
film wise that you learn really why he is so feared. Why he is so feared, and people are just that terrified of the man. through 4, 5, and 6, you're like, oh, yeah, he's a scary guy because we're told that he's scary.
That is true.
And then in Rogue One, they show you why he's a
scary.
fucking scary guy.
To be
why
fair,
he's
yeah.
a 7 foot
I'm sorry,
5.
but in a
big
New
ass
Hope,
motherfucker.
when some guy forgets to give him some intel and he just turns around and just chokes a motherfucker, that's pretty fucking scary. Imagine your boss.
He's intimidating, yes, in the original trilogy,
Yeah.
but you do not see him like. One would argue
him-
that the movie is good, but the character of what's her name? What's Felicity Jones's character again?
Juno
Juno,
Juno
so, yeah.
is poorly written because she's kind of like a
Yes.
passenger for the whole movie.
I agree.
The best written character in that movie is Vader
I agree.
because he wants something, he then goes and gets the something. He doesn't get it, but like by God does he come
My
close.
favorite was the fucking the blind Jedi monk.
Jiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. First use of POV. Does anyone want to take a guess?
Give me the
We're all
year. Wait,
wrong
sorry. Give me the
by-
year.
Kim Kardashian sex
Give me
tape.
the
Give me
year.
the year. Give me the
Okay,
year. Give me the year.
1927.
Holy shit!
Is it? I assume it's a Charlie Chaplin
Oh,
film.
fucking no. It'd be the fucking train pulling into a station.
Ooh, no, Napoleon.
They
That
made
came
a
out
film about
recently.
No, but the 1927 version,
Ridley
the prequel.
Scott.
The prequel. No, the director, Abel Gance, he basically covered his camera in sponges and had one of the actors punch the lens to give you the
okay.
effect of being hit in the face by a soldier.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's pretty cool.
1927.
That's wild.
That is wild. That's
Is there
what I
a-
was surprised by.
Is there a
mate.
lot of punching in Napoleon?
I feel like he punches some dogs. Yeah.
That little man punching?
Well, he's not punching nothing.
He's not.
He's not punching
He's a
at
little
all.
man.
He's not little.
He's a
boy.
little man.
He's taller than you,
No,
cunt.
he's not. He's a little
Yeah,
man.
well, he's taller than 4'8", but he's still a little guy.
Taller than James is still little.
No, fucking. How
Liam's
fucking,
daughter's taller than James.
She's not. No. Give her a year and she might be.
Yeah, that's true.
You
No,
know.
I'm talking about the new one.
The new one.
The one that's not breached yet.
The if at first you don't succeed,
The
try
one that's
again.
still being cooked.
how tall are you?
Oh, like
5'9".
7.
4-2.
I would say I'm 5'7".
I didn't know they stacked you that high.
Good callback.
So
Appreciate that.
Napoleon was 5'7".
Okay, so I'm taller than
He was.
You do give Matt Napoleon
okay,
vibes.
well, think about it. Napoleon is dead, so I'm 6 foot taller than Napoleon.
I don't know
Was he
because
buried?
we're on the bottom
Well,
half
technically,
of the
wouldn't you be
world, so
11
he's
feet
above
taller?
you.
Math.
I'm talking from bottom.
Oh, sorry.
I assume they like when they buried him, they buried him
Like a
straight
vampire.
up. Yeah.
He's always got POV bottom.
1927.
What I do it on my weekends is my business.
But the reason why I think the Truman Show one works so well is because when it gets to the final scene, you are wanting him to leave. And the movie the whole entire time is trying to get Truman, which is you, the viewer,
Human.
is...
Go kill yourself.
What do you mean kill
Jim
myself?
Carrey.
No, him for his
Oh, okay.
fucking human joke.
But no, the Truman, you want him to explore the world. Like the whole entire time when they're going, oh, you can't go on this trip, you can't go on this boat, you can't go fucking anywhere. How hard would it have been to just build a subsection so he could have a little holiday
DLC area?
paradise or DLC that he could go to every now and then, and they could do that? Or I don't know. Fucking just put him in a fucking coma and then change the city for a fucking week, bring in a whole bunch of extras. Is it the fucking Caribbean? Give him a little bit of fun.
They're not going to Inception the guy.
Why not?
This isn't a spin-off.
Inception. They fucking ran at him going, no, it's Chernobyl, and fucking gassed him
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
tasered him. They
did.
fucking,
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
put him in heaps of shit.
No. That was because Jim Carrey was acting up and they needed to control the man.
Yeah.
He did too much acid.
What's
and
funny
to
is
lock
that
him-
like
lock
they
him
that
up.
wasn't even in the script. He just kind of rocked up one day being old Jim Carrey, and they just returned the cameras on.
But no, like,
my
the
joke,
whole-
but different.
the whole final
Isn't it?
scene is like, you were yourself watching and going, he's pushing so hard to get out, and then right at the finish line, he could just stop, turn around, and they'll be like, yep, you can stay here in this paradise where you're always loved, everyone's going to take care of you, or you can go out into the unknown where you're going to be
Yeah.
pretty much set upon by the fucking masses. And you're like, no, Truman, just go into the unknown. Just do it. Just
Really
just
talks
push
about
for
like
it.
being trapped in the prison of your mind kind of stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, like Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, another Jim Carrey movie.
The whole tagline of the film being
The Grinch.
that if you stay in the
That's what he
paradise,
wanted to kill.
Ace
if you
Ventura
stay in the
too.
paradise, you know you never grow unless you push into the unknown.
Yeah, but it's paradise, mate. Why would you want to live?
The journey of 1,000
And
miles.
your movie
starts
ends with him
with
going
the
out into the real
Truman
world
Show.
and probably getting shot.
He would have written a few books,
Probably gets-
got a few book
You know-
deals.
you know-
Actually, think of the fucking residuals
Just-
he would have got for like
the
fucking,
residuals.
I want you to
40
think
plus
about-
years of being on a
So
fucking
much
TV
residual.
show.
What do you think about the other times famous people opened doors and what happened? John Lennon opened a door.
He didn't open a door. He was shot
Yeah,
on
he
the
did.
street.
Yeah, no, he opened his front door and he got
No.
shot.
Wasn't he shot on the street?
Yeah, he opened his chest.
And then the guy was like, I
in the
can't
eye.
believe he's actually real.
John Lennon.
No,
Quite real.
the guy who shot him, he was literally like, when I shot him, I was just like, I can't believe he was real. I thought the whole entire time
Yeah.
I was the guy
No,
from
that's
the
what he
song.
was saying to get Jodie Foster to bang him.
And it worked.
Yeah.
The blind side.
Allegedly.
No, guys, people who open their doors.
Don't open your doors, people.
Door.
Don't open your doors
Okay,
to
so we're going to
strangers.
jump on in.
Yep.
Yeah, what up?
What was your pick for the best final scene?
Blade Runner.
No. Like, who you picking? Who you picking? Who's your vote? Who's your favourite on the table?
I would have
Blade
to say
Runner.
Upgrade.
Upgrade?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
James?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner?
I like Blade Runner.
Cool.
Very good. I'm gonna pick
need to watch it again.
Rogue One.
Rogue One? I'm going to pick Upgrade.
Okay, good.
Really?
It's-
Upgrade? Really?
Have you seen it?
Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
I have. You made me watch it. It was trash.
He loves
Oh,
it. He
fucking
loves it.
Trash.
listen
I
to
did
this
not
fucking
like it.
Sigma motherfucker over
Trash.
here.
Sigma?
I
Yeah.
loved
I'm
Upgrade.
beta, thank you.
Upgrade,
Beta
like the
software.
more you watch it and you see how
Once
much
was
the guy
enough.
dives into the role, and like the
How could he die? He's
imagine
in a
the concept
wheelchair.
of you
That's how
trying
he
to
dives.
physically act, beating the
Yeah.
shit
It's
out of
very
someone,
well acted.
It's
and
incredible.
have his head perfectly still while he's beating the shit out of a dude. And stabbing him, and then pretending to vomit while still doing the action of fucking
While
While
stabbing him.
smashing plates on a guy and apologizing.
I really enjoyed him like crying basically
Yeah.
as this dude's dying, and then just the body is doing something completely different.
It's really well
It was really well done.
Really
Yes,
well done.
very well done.
Cool. Well, yeah,
Um,
good.
Well
Thank you, guys.
done. Yeah.
It's been a while. I like this winner circle.
And that's why I brought you here.
Oh my god.
One of you guys is the killer. Liam, who
Yeah.
do you think it is?
I'm a suspect, not a detective. You should fucking figure it out yourself.
I'm crowdsourcing it.
Hey,
Read
you're
the
all
script.
suspicion of murder. Can you please vote on who you think the killer
The commission is up my ass. I can't use any force anymore. I've used my book coup.
Speaking of crowdsourcing, donate to our Patreon.
So who are you voting for?
I'm pretty disconnected from this one.
Like upgrade.
I'm gonna say Paul.
No, he was very connected in Upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Connected to the
Paul.
mainframe.
You
I
thought it
have
wasn't.
one reason. It's probably nothing, but I'm gonna try it.
There you go.
Paul's always been very on us for making unnecessary noise on the microphone.
Yeah.
And he was popping his knuckles next to the microphone. I heard it very violently in my ears.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
I watched you do it.
You know. Haven't you ever met a hypocrite before?
Looks like the tables are sliding on your way, Paul. James,
Oh.
do you concur?
I also think it's Paul. Mainly because he started getting really irrationally angry about Halo.
No,
I
that's
think that's
a
pretty
normal
bloody
thing.
rational, thank you.
That's it is.
Not the first
From
time.
from a diehard Halo fan, like I watched it just for the joy of exploring the universe. The same with Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a diehard then because he hasn't watched it to enjoy the
because there's
universe.
a thing of like,
When's the last time you watched Die Hard?
Yeah.
what month are we in?
Shut up.
No.
Shut your fucking mouth. Don't
We're in
get
June.
sucked in.
No, keep going.
Ugh.
He'll get the joke.
I didn't watch it at Christmas.
Not
It
a
was when I was
die-hard
when-
fan. You'll get it.
I know that.
yeah.
But it's because I went through and watched
Maybe
all of
he
his
is
films.
acoustic.
Maybe he is acoustic.
Because I watched all the most recent shit where he's like can't act, and
Yeah.
they've just filmed him from behind whenever he has
Oh,
all the
I would
dialogue
argue
shit.
that Bruce Willis has never been able to act. Maybe in The Sixth Sense.
Oh, you should watch The Kid.
You should watch The Monkeys.
Hey,
The
hey.
12 Monkey?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
You should watch
he
his
acts in
Instagram
that
reels.
terrifically.
Does he?
He's
Yes.
acting to
You
be
should,
real.
you should watch his roast.
And what's that? What the whole 10 yards? He's fucking great in
The
that.
whole 9 yards.
Isn't there a sequel to
Oh,
10
with
yards?
Matthew Perry?
There is a sequel called The Whole 10 Yards.
What about the
But isn't
11
he in
yards?
it as
But
well?
he's in the whole 9 yards. And
I
I
thought
don't
he
know
was
why
in
you
both
wouldn't-
of them.
He is, but I don't know
I
why.
thought he was better in the
No,
second
he's in the
one.
12
What do you
yards,
mean?
you idiots.
He's in 12 Monkeys.
Oh, what about 11
Ocean's
yards?
12?
No, he's not in that. That's Don
He's in
Cheadle.
Expendables, one of them.
Second one.
Probably 4.
And he was there, and everyone was like, "Oh."
Oh
and
no,
then
he's
he was
actually in
gone.
the first one, the second one, and the third one.
He is.
Because
He's in the first one because he brings the mission.
Yes, he does.
Oh, he's
the one
mission
who
man.
hires them, and then at the beginning of the
yeah.
second, he's like, "You took the money away from me, you bitch. Now you're gonna do this job for me. I'm gonna fucking kill you."
There's too many bald people in that series.
Actually, I
Yeah.
think his only good role was in Friends. It was
He
his
was
only
very good.
good,
He was very good
only
in Friends,
good
really.
acting role when he was
Yeah.
crying about being called Chicken Boy. the
Um,
Chicken Boy.
Paul, who do you
I
think
think
it
it's
is?
James.
James.
He gets real chirpy when he's the traitor. He gets
I-
over that false bravado, and I think it's
I've
him.
just recently been experimenting with something called ketamine.
He
Well, then you
K-holes when
wouldn't.
he's the traitor.
I can tell you for a fact, if you were on ketamine, you'd be on the fucking floor.
Dead.
I'm on a chair.
You would be on the
I'm
floor.
on a chair.
You would not have the mind
This is where we
capacity.
are.
Anyways, I'm going to check my evidence logs, and I think it's
Three
Paul
guys, one, 2, yeah.
because
Yeah, what?
you brought up Kirsten Dunst for no reason.
He brought him up, you
That
idiot.
was me.
No, the whole acting chops, and then the raid.
Kristen Stewart.
Oh,
Kristen Stewart.
Kristen
That's
Stewart,
the one.
yeah.
She's forgettable. That's why.
She's so forgettable. I thought she was in a different
Christian
movie.
Exactly.
That was a completely different woman.
And then the
chick from
raid.
Spider-Man?
You kept bringing the raid
I
up.
love the raid.
The raid.
And you want to drop the raid.
I want to drop the raid. I love the raid.
But no,
Wait till next episode.
I'm going to get everyone to bring their evidence to the table.
Oh, right, the cards. Right, yep.
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, I don't fucking
And I'm
have
gonna-
anything.
I'll-
Shouldn't
got-
you have the evidence as the detective?
I do.
I've been
I'm going to
arrested.
open up this last thing, which has the evidence in it.
You are without a doubt the worst detective I've ever seen.
I
have heard of
am
me.
Sherlock in Sherlock and Watson, played by curly-headed fuck.
Which one, bro?
They're both curly
3, 2, 1.
That was
It
James.
was James.
Hello, it's
Oh,
Rosie.
Paul, you're
you.
under arrest for the murder of this conversation. You're coming with me.
Huh?
In the background.
Look, poetically, he didn't contribute
No, but
much.
I'm saying I'm setting up the thing for the beginning. I'm arresting him, taking away while you're walking into the sunset cunt. Read the script.
Actually, it was raining.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, that's actually
Because
quite
it's
nighttime
darkest
too.
before the
Sun's-
dawn, and then all of a sudden the
sun's-
rain clouds leave.
You can't
he's
try me
fucking-
again.
And
Double
then he
jeopardy.
slips
Double jeopardy.
on
Double jeopardy. Oh, fucked.
He slips on the casing that you.
And then I pull out a gun and go shoot. It's like get down on the ground, put your hands up. No.
Diplomatic immunity.
Okay,
I
so
don't
what were
want
your
to.
prompts?
Passionately agree with another host, and I was doing that with Liam to try and have Paul continue his context about Upgrade.
Huh?
Oh yeah, you were doing that, but
What? What were you agreeing with?
Liam's idea that you should give context to the movie of Upgrade,
Okay.
just because you weren't paying
I just
attention.
don't think that's what the prompt meant. Carry on.
Carry on.
Say you already said that after someone made a point. Did it multiple
It's
times.
chirpy.
And also say meow, and to see if you can constantly. I'll
yeah.
say meow. Say meow whenever you can beat Thorny's record of 6 to complete the prompt. And I think I got maybe
From Super
about
Troopers.
10 or 12.
I know what the reference is.
How many did
I'm
you
just trying to
get?
remember when he did
Oh,
it.
I think
I remember hearing
about
it
10.
once.
I heard it once as well, but I didn't because I saw the cat coming down
Yeah.
and he was doing it.
And he's like, oh, he's meowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's all I
I
remember.
think I said it maybe about 3 times when you punched him.
But you've done that one kind of wrong because it's like right
Kicked him in the head and
meow,
body.
like
well,
that kind of-
unfortunately, that's not what it said. So
That's fair.
lawyered, just like
okay,
Michael
Paul,
lawyer who got
I'm
me
taking
off.
you down. I'm gonna sentence you to life for what you've done to this fucking podcast. You piece of
You
shit.
fucking killed it. You piece of shit.
But no, once again, thank you everyone out there for listening. We had fun tonight, even though Paul kind of hated the fact that we keep bringing up Halo, and Liam hated the fact that we kept bringing up the raid, and James
I
just
don't
hates
care.
Daska.
Raid's awesome.
Join
wants to
us
keep-
next week for the best scene in Halo. Yeah.
All of them, because it's great.
What
show.
Halo is the best one?
Where he took the helmet off. It was great. It was a really good reveal because he turned around and was like, oh, I'm just a dude.
But he is just a guy. Canonically, he's just a guy.
He's just a girl in the world.
Technically, he's just a kid.
No.
Technically, no.
Have you seen the
he's
show?
a grown
Yeah,
man.
that's why
Stop.
Kevin Spacey's in it.
Stop acting Stop acting like you're a Halo fan.
You haven't even seen all the content, but you haven't even read a book. But you don't even know how to read a book.
He
Wait.
doesn't know how to read a book. The poll for today is James
No, it's Long
taller
Division, isn't
than
it?
Napoleon. Yes or no?
I thought it was Division.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
we're
division.
doing math.
Order of
We're doing
operations.
math.
Order of operations.
Can someone-
James can sort it out because apparently I'm a dumb fuckboy who doesn't know his explanations. What was it again?
Those are your words.
Bossum.
I'm not necessarily.
Bossum.
I'm not necessarily
Bossum.
disagreeing with you.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Welcome.
I'll be honest, I was trying to figure out the fuck you were saying. Bossum.
Bossum.
Just because you can't pronounce the word
But
volcano.
no, thank you so much for listening to us as always. Follow us on Insta, TikTok. If we got the Patreon, jump in. It's
We
only
got a
$1.
Patreon, sure.
You can get all that extra shit. You join the Damascus level if we get enough people. We can finally get James a new table.
I'm sick of doing a podcast on a fucking upside down esky.
Yeah.
Fucking give me some money. You come over to my fucking house every other week and you
James,
record this.
why
What
am
are
I-
you contributing?
Why am I
PI
sitting
a table.
cross-legged on a tarpaulin in the backyard like it's Christmas Eve?
Because it's raining and the grass is wet.
Okay, Paul, cut him off. He can't defend this shit anymore. Get us a new table, you cheap ass fucks. Don't earn us $1.